Good afternoon from New York. Today I'm going to be discussing inner mind communication, its general philosophy, and Joe Biden and democracy. Well, right up front, I'm for Joe. I wish everybody would get very excited about Joe because he's doing an excellent job. Okay? Use this up here. Why vote for Joe? Because he understands, said it from himself, he's helping the economy from the bottom up and the middle out. Okay? So unless you're super wealthy, that takes quite a bit of bucks. And your vote should go to Joe. And, the super wealthy, actually, in the long run, they'll be better off too. Because if you destroy the middle class, you destroy democracy. The whole form of capitalism that we use, we depend on a middle class that keeps things stable. You have enough people that are doing well and appreciating the country and that it's stable. And also, if you give to the middle class, they spend that money. And they also are the ones who are going to probably create a new business or invest. And, if they got the money. Whereas if you give it all to the wealthy, which is the whole Republican shtick, you're expecting it to drip down on you, all the benefits. That isn't going to help. I mean, that is not the boat, the rise of the wave that's lifting all the boats. No way. They're happy. I mean, how many houses do you need to be happy? They've got it all. They're not going to spend that money in the economy you are in. They're not going to do that. They might use that money to try and buy the government, which they do regularly. And it's up to you to vote and make sure that democracy is real. But they're going to make sure that people with the most leaning toward them are the ones that they're going to invest in. The Republican Party is the one that wants them to be able to do that without nobody knowing, that they're doing it. Wake up, people. So they're going to try to buy the whole government. That. They're going to try to buy both parties. But, you got to go with the philosophy that's best for you. And I understand that the MAGA and the Tea Party, the 99%, you're upset. I got it. But you got to work with what's real and what's possible. And Joe's it. Get excited about Joe. Get excited about Joe Biden. From the bottom up and the middle out. Wow. This is a guy who really knows what it is to work hard and be poor. He came from there. He's one of you. Maybe now he's doing a little better. Okay. Bless his heart. I'm glad he is. But the only thing that you could do to be voting against Joe is these weird conspiracy theories and things. You know, are you to blame for everything your kids do? Really? Think about it. You know, and Joe's a good man. You know, and none of the things that they're throwing at him stick. And you say, well, maybe that's sticking to Trump. Yes, it is. Everything you're throwing at Trump sticks like glue. I mean, that's why all of the court cases so far have been against him. And these weren't people that were just going out picking out, oh, only Democrats that are gonna be in the jury. No. Just people who, you know, think and aren't biased. That's how you pick a jury. And everything sticks to him like glue. You're probably going to be, you know, very likely, or should be, more than likely. I mean, I'm not going to make a decision for the courts. But it looks like, from everything we've seen, that he's guilty. And, you know, it's just a matter of time before they lower the gavel and make the decision. And they already have in some cases already, in many cases already, where he's lost in civil court all over the place. Lying, and lying. You know. And he's a little bit demented, you know. What's demented about, you know, everybody tries to say that Joe is old. Joe's not old, he's wise. And he's a lot more energetic and a lot more fit. Just look at him. He's a lot more fit than Trump ever hoped to be. You know, and he's got a young lady that's really, really great. No matter, you know, the Republicans always tearing him down. But, you know, she's you know, she's actually fairly conservative in many ways. You know, she was a prosecutor. And to me, isn't that a conservative type of person? You know, and within the range of sane, of course. Yeah, and she's really good, you know. And she's there to step in, you know. You know, no, he's older. You know, he's older than me, but he's only a bit older than Trump, who's definitely fallen apart. You look at him, you know, and he slurs his words. He gets facts completely wrong, and Joe's on top of his game. Don't blame him for the things that are going on around him. He didn't, you know. Look at how he copes with the things that are going around him. As far as immigration goes, excuse me, but read what it says on the Statue of Liberty. That's what America is about. Welcoming people. Welcoming the immigrants in. We're all immigrants here. And being unkind to people, that's just not right. You know, what do you want a Nazi-esque kind of government that puts sharp barbed wire along the coast of Texas and lets little families die that are just desperate to have a new life? That's how your forefathers got here. They were looking for a better life. I'm sure when the Native Americans came over here, and it's all pristine and pretty. We didn't do a very good job of keeping that going, did we? Well, they came in, and you know, and I'm glad they did, and I think they appreciated coming here, and they were here first. So if anybody's an illegal alien, it's all of us. You know, you can't be like that. You know, they were welcoming everybody at first until we started just taking over everything. Then they're going, what? And of course, we just went ahead and took everything. Human beings need to learn how to merge, share. That's a long process. I think we're getting better at it. Democracy, our form of democracy, depends on a middle class. And it does. And you want more entailed descriptions, check out Robert Reich on YouTube. He makes everything more clear than anything I could say here, probably. Definitely he's a brilliant man. But Joe is your only real choice. That's it. And you want to, vote for somebody farther left than Joe or something. You're gonna be opening the door for someone like Trump or someone like him. Even if Trump goes down in the primaries, which is unlikely, it seems. Still, the Republican Party is the one that gave you Trump. They're the ones that gave you that guy. Why? Because, they're a party that was built on fooling people, on getting people that were middle class and poor to vote to give all the money to the wealthy. You say, oh, we didn't do that. Yes, you did. And, why else are they doing all these distracting things like trying to get people angry over gay rights and things like that? No matter what your opinion on gay rights is, the gay population is like 1% of the whole country. Really? You're going to let, even if you're against that, if heavens to Murgatroyd, how's that going to affect you, really? It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And plus, and what other issue did they bring up? It's like, what is this thing with the abortion? Well, you got to be practical. No matter what your position is on that, you don't want women to die because they're having a problem pregnancy. In nature, the mother's always picked over the children. Big time. Check it out. It's the same for us. We've got to pick the woman over the child. And it's not a child just as soon as two pieces meant together. We can quibble over, what circumstances are required for abortion to occur. But let the doctor decide that. And the woman, to say that the woman shouldn't have a choice to have an abortion or not or whatever is something against women's rights. Women are not just here to serve males. Not. They are equal, and equally valuable. In fact, if you want to argue that case, they're more valuable than we are, the males. Well, do the math. If you've got one male and 5 females, how's that work for the species survival? Well, you get 5 babies, maybe more. If you've got 5 males and 1 female, you have a fight. And only 1 birth. All right? The awfulness of that, let's not think about that. But women are more valuable, actually. And they are more numerous. There's slightly more women in the world than men. And yet for heaven's sakes, give them their rights. They deserve it. And it's they look at the practical side too. You don't agree with an abortion, but you know that they're going to happen. And you want it to happen where the mother's life is saved? Or do you want to happen where you lose the mother and the baby? Just think for a minute. You have all the, so-called values that you say you have, but think of it. Think of it. What is the result of your actions? And we're accountable for the results of our actions. So is Trump. Did you hear that? Some kid is having fun with his siren right there. Hopefully that was screened out. Anyway, the inner mind communication philosophy, well, how's that going to tie in? Well, it ties in with a concern for one another, but not just a concern for yourself. Democracy can't be built on selfishness. It has to involve some empathy. Empathy with others. Empathy with diverse others. Because that's the reality. Empathy for all trading partners. They want to call the trading partners who are employees by other names, like employee. They want you to be considered. If you're a worker, they want you to be considered like a refrigerator. And we've got enough refrigerators. We got a new refrigerator there, and it's a whole lot better. And it's gonna throw this one in the trash. You want to go in the trash? Is that what you want? Look, you are a trading partner, and you have the right to organize. It's the Democrats who nowadays stand up for unions, and you have a right to organize because you're a trading partner. Lift up your own self-esteem a little. You're a trading partner. You're not an extra office machine. You're a person. And the only way you're going to be considered as a person is if you organize. That way you get respected. Otherwise, it's all about the wealth. It's all about who's got it. And you don't. And the businesses, they organize all the time. You think the rich folks don't organize? Oh, give me a break. They not only organize, but they petition the government constantly. Constantly in their ear. You need to be in their ear too. Call your congressman, call your whoever's representing you, and tell them what you want. No matter what party they're in, you tell them what you want. So anyway, empathy is essential to democracy. Intermind communication is all about empathy and awareness. Awareness of your own needs and your feelings and so on. Total, awareness and empathy in your social affairs. And you can direct those things within yourself and train yourself inside yourself, taking on those perspectives, and that's what intermind communication is. And it's empathy, objective, creative, and compassionate are absolutely key to having a peaceful, functioning democracy. Why? Well, without empathy, you don't consider the minority, and democracy becomes a tyranny of the majority. And that is, it's bad. Our founding fathers did what they could to try and keep that from happening. And that is how we came up with people's civil rights. You have certain rights. One of those rights is to organize in your trade. The right to a union. That is not a privilege, that's a right. And who stands up for that? It's good old Joe and the Democratic Party. Hello. Get a little, those of you in the Democratic Party, get some fever pitch to your promotion. Get excited. Put Joe on your bumper sticker. Send in donations. Do whatever you can. He's doing the right kind of job. It's not the loudest guy or the guy who can run a circus show who needs to be president of the United States. Someone who knows what they're doing. The economy is heading in the right direction after a dismal display by Trump. He was the job loss in chief. For the first 3 quarters of his reign. And then he had the excuse of the COVID and all that. But what about those first three years? No excuse there. He was doing a terrible job. Things weren't getting better, they were getting worse. And then COVID hit and it got even far worse, and he tried to deny the reality of that. Look, objective, creative, and compassionate views are important. How much compassion are you seeing in this far-right movement right now? Did Trump show compassion when he made fun? Did he show empathy when he made fun of a man with a serious medical issue? Really? Was he showing empathy and compassion when he abused the women he abused, who he lost to in court, and he's still bad-mouthing them? Where I come from, you don't show respect to somebody who says that sort of thing about a woman. You don't. You shouldn't say it. You shouldn't praise a guy who says crazy things about other men, too. That's just nuts. That's not empathetic. If you don't love women, and no matter what your orientation is, women are wonderful, beautiful people, and you should love them. Your mother was one of them. Shouldn't she have rights? You bet she should. As any other your relatives who are female. Or anybody else for that matter. So you want freedom. Well, I'm telling you, the Republicans talk about free trade. There's no free trade unless it's fair trade. Labor unions help level the playing field, help to protect you. They jump in and, it's all about efficiency. Well, guess where we're losing most of our jobs? We're losing our jobs to automation. Trump was wrong about that, too. He said it was all going overseas. That's only 20%. Yeah, we have a lot of jobs out there that people just, and that Americans typically don't want. The immigrants are wanting those jobs, so open your arms to them. Be kind. They keep saying that this is a nation that's largely Christian or has Christian, quote unquote, values. But how come they're not paying attention to the things that Jesus said? Be welcoming to the people who to strangers. Be kind. Oh no, let's put up razor wire and help people drown that want to come here. Really? So there are too many people coming in. Yeah. There wouldn't be if you put them out to different cities so that we can absorb the help into places where we need labor. It's, this Florida and Texas, sending them all to one or two cities. I mean, usually Chicago and New York. Yeah, the ones who have a kind heart to immigrants, that's overwhelmed them so that we can stir up hatred against people who are innocent. People that just come up here to work. They just come in here to work and to escape, in many cases, terrible conditions at home. So, enough of that. Read what it says on the Statue of Liberty. Listen to the words of Jesus, and then you come back and you tell me that the Republicans are right on the immigration issue. They are not. They are not empathetic, and not at all in the keeping to the philosophy of intermind communication. Not at all. No. You look at, you don't like taxes. Even Muhammad, may peace be upon him, had to tax for the poor. Did you know that? Actually, when he came along, he gave more rights to women than the current, at that time, Jewish and Christian folks. People have different religions. Get over it. But the same values, if you really talk to people, the same values are still there. And it's the mystics who go beyond the boundaries, who put those values first above whatever strictures that the religions hand to them. That's at the core. The core of most religions is good. So I would say that whatever your religion is, rise up to the best that it presents. Welcome people to these shores. Be kind to them, not evil. And vote in your own interest, too. I mean, you have some self-respect. A workman is worthy of his hire. And so, the philosophy of intermind communication has a lot to do with the values that you see that mystics have held around the world from various backgrounds, religious and otherwise, non-religious. They are all about these empathies and all about expanding their comfort zone, their ability to love. You want to expand that ability to love within your comfort zone, expanding that ability to love, you expand your comfort zone. You become more objective, more creative, and more compassionate. What else do you want? From objectivity, truth. From creativity, art. The ability to appreciate and to create beauty. And to see it wherever you look. It's artfulness. It's a virtue. And the virtue of compassion, is often called goodness. Yeah. Goodness from compassion. Passion is an open heart to the needs and the feelings of others. How open are you? How open is the Democratic Party compared to the Republican Party? I'd say the Democratic Party wins that hands down. Get excited, fellow Democrats. Get excited. You've got a great president who's done a great job. Don't let them paint him with a brush that demeans him in any way. That's nonsense. He's not old and demented, he's wise. And he's all about you. It's all about, he wants the coal industry. Yeah, he wants us to move past the use of oil and coal because he's trying to save the planet. And he's doing it in a wise way so that jobs are created alongside. I mean, that's why you're wanting things to change quickly. Well, some things don't happen quickly. You can't leave a lot of people out of work. And you watch, there's plenty of income there that some people are wallowing in that could be used to improve our schools, to improve our health care, and to make sure that our money's spent in a way that doesn't harm regular everyday folk. Make sure that they have a job, and their kids have a future, and they have a future. So I know that I'm going to get a lot of blowback on this, what I've said. Go ahead. Bring it. Yeah. I'll sick Tennessee Brando on you. Well, that guy, he's down in Tennessee, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, he is. Yeah. He has a channel. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Like I say, this is just a boomer video. And not professionally done. But I think the point is being made. Yeah. They say that a lot of people create a work of art, and they purposely leave a flaw in it. There it is, the flaw. It's this spray bottle. They didn't move. Did you see that? moving around trying to hide that. Yeah, this is a boomer video, but it's booming with truth. So, yeah, and you know, oh, that's political. Yes, a mystic, a true mystic, is all about empathy. Should be all about people and all about the welfare of people. So it is also political, definitely political and social. So, as I like to say at the end of my videos, and you know, I hope that you have been brought to thinking and considering more ideas or different ideas, or have seen how good your own ideas are as a result of this video. And I like to say at the end, namaste. And, you know, it's just a beautiful, beautiful word that means that when it's used as a greeting, it means that the wonder of the universe that lives in that person, the potential for love and virtue that is in that person, is honoring the same in the other person. And I would like to honor that in you, and you, and you, all of you, from the same position, the same hope that lives in me. Namaste. And have a good day, y'all.